Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. I have the new Wet n Wild Fantasy Makers 2023 Halloween collection in my stash today. I picked up all 4 new eyeshadow palettes. I also picked up one of 3 lipsticks. This is the one I'm wearing right now. This one is in the shade Pink Crimes. I think it's definitely more of like a blue toned red. I'm loving it. I also picked up one of 2 or 3 of their liquid lipsticks. I'll be changing into this one later. This one is called Bloodstained. I also picked up, okay, these are probably the cutest thing. Well, this one thing is going to be the cutest thing in the collection. This is a glow-in-the-dark little ghost makeup sponge. It hasn't been glowing in the dark for me. I've come to check it twice in the middle of the night, and I had it inside a bag as well, but it wasn't glowing. I don't know if I need to wet it in order to make it glow, but it didn't say that on the packaging, but it's still cute nonetheless. And then this was a rather large makeup sponge that was released in this collection. I love Wet n Wild makeup sponges. I think they do a great job. And then I picked up, this has been released before, but maybe this will turn out to be a different shade. This is their color changing cream blush. Let me open this up because we need to apply this together. I don't have any blush on, just a little bit of bronzer on my forehead, but this is what it looks like. And so yes, it is definitely a cream. That's what it looks like there. We're gonna apply it. We're gonna see what color it will shift to. I'm gonna be creating 4 looks today, one with each of the eyeshadow palettes, and I'm really excited for spooky season. If it is your first time here on my channel, let me just say hello and welcome to all of you. My name is Steff, and this is what I love to do. I am primarily a new makeup review channel, but I also do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes, makeup ranking videos, get ready with me style of videos. If that sounds great to you, I want to invite you to become part of our makeup family. Do me a favor, click on that subscribe button, hit the bell next to it, that way you can be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you're a fan of Wet n Wild, if you're in the Halloween spirit, be sure to give this video a thumbs up before you go. As usual, I will have everything that I'm wearing, which is almost a full face of Wet n Wild makeup. It will be linked and listed in the description box. Some of those links are going to be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. I do want to mention that I picked all of these up in store at my local CVS. Right now, I think CVS is the only place that has this stuff, so if all of the links that I have for it might be going straight to CVS, unless it's already dropped over at Walmart or on the Wet n Wild website, then I'll have it linked over there. Wherever I can find it, just check the description box for details. If you guys want to see the 4 looks I'm about to create and just all of this new Wet n Wild Fantasy Makers 2023 Halloween collection in action, keep on watching. Alright, so let's start first with the color changing blush. This has been around for a while, and these types of blushes, they do get re-released around this time. Now, there was a lot of other things in this collection that I didn't pick up. There was like face paints and stencils, and I still have a lot of that because last year Wet n Wild sent me quite a number of things. I will get PR from Wet n Wild from time to time, but I wanted to buy this myself just because I saw it in store at my local CVS, and I figured you guys were going to start seeing it too, and I wanted to review it for you guys. It is super affordable. I had a 35% off coupon off of regular price merchandise, which all of this was regular priced, and so I think each palette I ended up paying like $4 for. So very good deals. You guys know Wet n Wild is affordable. And I'm loving this blush, a very soft flush of color. I feel like there is almost maybe like a little peppermint scent to it, but it's nothing that's lingering. You can see it looks black, and it is gonna just adapt to your skin tone, and it is a cream blush. I think that looks very pretty. It turned out to be more of like a light pink, almost maybe like a plum shade. Very easy to apply. I'm gonna do a little bit of highlighter. I didn't see a highlighter available in this collection. This is one of my favorites in the shade Blossom Glow. Let's focus that up here. The blush kind of gives the complexion a wet look already, kind of like that glass skin finish. So we love that. I love that. Wet n Wild makes some of the best highlighters at the drugstore, in my opinion. Okay, so blush is on. Let's dive into the first eyeshadow palette. I think I'm going to start with this one, Hollow Queen. All right, so here's a close-up look of what Hollow Queen looks like. I think we're only getting one matte shade, and it is the matte black here. A couple of these look like they, well, no, I was gonna say, do they look like satin? Not really. Let me just swatch out the palette for you guys real quick on the back of my hand. So there is Hollow Queen swatched. Yeah, that matte black is definitely gonna be the only one in this palette. So all right, I guess I am packing the matte black all over the lid and lightly blending it into the crease. And I'm using my Clarity Cosmetics K710 brush. I did prime my eyelids already with the Bella Beaute Bar eyeshadow primer. So I'm just gonna kind of stamp this here, and then I'm gonna use my Rephr 13 to blend it into the crease a bit better. Now I'm using my Rephr 13 with just a little bit of product to blend and kind of just define the shape. So you see this little part right here? I've been having, this is my eye. I've been noticing that whenever I apply shadow here, it gets a little patchy. That is on me. My eyes were so itchy yesterday. Like my whole body felt so itchy yesterday. I took a Benadryl before bed and slept fantastic. Okay, so I want to keep it maybe towards the lighter shades just because we have this matte black going on. So I think, gosh, this is such a beautiful shade. I think I'm going to focus on these two right now. And I'm going to start first with the blue, the darker blue, and then work into this and maybe do this in the center and in the inner corner. And I'm using that royal blue on a damp Morphe M124. Now I'm going to go in with that turquoise shimmer, same brush, I'm just flipping it over and I'm going to spray it. All right, that looks good. You see what a black base does for shadows? Really makes them pop. Now with my finger, I'm gonna pick up this shade right here. I'm just gonna lay that right in the center. See, it gives it a little bit of extra sparkle right there. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with this beautiful shade down here and I am gonna spray it. And I'm using a damp Rephr 26. I'm gonna stop like right there. I would have liked to have seen one more matte in this palette, but I get it. It's supposed to be like, you know, Halloween, sparkly, dark. Now, you know what? For the inner corner, I want to try, actually, let's put this one on the brow bone. I'm cleaning off that brush. I'm going to put this on the brow bone. Oh yeah, good call. You know what? I'm going to pick up a little bit of that with my finger and also add it. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's gorgeous. For the inner corner, I guess I could use that shade. You know what? Let me try this one. Let me try this shade down here. I just want to try and use as many shades as I can. I think there's only going to be like, there's 3 shades that I didn't get to use. And they're like the purple leaning shades. Okay guys, I am gonna pop off camera to do finishing touches and I will be right back to show you this completed look with the Hollow Queen palette. Alright guys, so here is the completed look with Hollow Queen. I'm using the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof. waterproof mascara. I think it's the only mascara that I have from Wet n Wild. No, I have a couple from past collections, but this has actually been working really well for me. I usually don't like waterproof mascara just because it's hard to take off sometimes. I am using some lashes. They are from, this is all I have left of the packaging, but they were from the Care Bears collection. This is actually the first time that I brought them out. Where's the other one so that I can show you? There it is. It's a really simple lash, thin, not too dramatic. I definitely trimmed mine, the one I have on. For the lower waterline, I'm using the Ken crayon from NYX by Barbie the Movie collection. And what else? Oh, I tightline with Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Skinny liquid liner for the top lash line. I love the way this look turned out. I also brought out a couple other things. This is in this year's collection. This is a white and gray face paint. This one is also in this year's collection as well, so you can see why I didn't buy them because I already had them. And these are some of like the stencils and stones that I was telling you about. These were from past collections, but they have brought some of these back. Here's the stencils. They're also pretty and they're also inexpensive. Here's another one right here. And then I have these other two sets of lashes. I think these were from last year's collection or year before. This one has like a purple ombre, a black to purple ombre, and this has like a silver glitter. So maybe we can try using these. I don't know, but so far so good. Now, next up, what palette do I have? We're gonna go in with Eyes of the Dragon. So here is Eyes of the Dragon swatched. We get a couple more matte shades and some more satin shades in this one, so I like that. And then here's what the palette looks like. My silver shade broke a little bit, so I need to be careful with it. But I like the color story of this one. The blues with the greens and the orange and the red. I think we should be able to create just an average everyday look with it. Nothing like Halloween inspired. Like this is definitely something you could wear for Halloween or just for a night out. And then if you do like some of the rhinestones and stuff, like I think that would look really cool. But I think I'm going to start with this shade in the crease, and then I'm going to build into the blue and then into this shade, and I'll probably do some of these for the lower lash line. So I'm using my Game Beauty E01. Wow, that's a lot of pigment. Just, okay, I'm going to need to get another brush. Where is my Refer 14? Because I wasn't expecting all that pigment. So let me just pick up a little bit of it and I'm gonna just blend this out. Wow, okay, so these palettes pack a punch. If you want something that's gonna show up, if you want nice pigmentation, so far I think both of these palettes are providing that. Now I'm going in with the more royal blue shade, same brush, and I'm going to focus that in the crease. Now I'm going to go in with this deeper green shadow for the outer corner, same brush. Oh, it's a Refer 13. I thought it was a Refer 14 that I was using. It's a Refer 13, and I'm just going to focus that right in here. So that kind of got lost in the mix of these really pigmented blue shadows. You know what? Maybe if I go in with this one, this looks like it's more of a sequin shade. Let me see. Let me add some of this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's pretty. Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to do a combination of... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this shade, the silver shade. I'm going to spray the brush. I'm using a Morphe M124. I'm just going to apply that right here. Oop, I felt a little bit of fallout. Ooh, that is so pretty. Okay, like none of these are duochrome specialty shadows, but they're your regular shimmer shadows and they are packing a punch. I love that. I'm gonna go back in with that really deep shade that had a little bit of sparkle to it, just to blend. I'm gonna go back in with the very first blue shade that I used. Same rep for 13, just again to blend. Yeah, look, I'm getting fallout. You might want to do your eyes first, or put down like a lot of powder underneath, because I am noticing that fallout. Okay, now we're gonna change things up, and I'm gonna try and use these shades here. I'm gonna start first with this matte shade for the lower lash line. I'm going in with my It's Belle E3 brush. So I love these colors together, like the orange and the blue. I think it's so pretty. I'm bringing that down just a little bit lower. Now I'm going to go in with that first red shade. Same brush, I did spray it. I'm going to keep that really close to the lash line. Now I'm going to go in with that orange shimmer. I did spray the brush, same one. I'm going to put that right here in the inner corner. Now I think there's one more thing I want to try to do, and I'm going to go in with this green right here with my finger. I'm just going to put that right in here. I don't know if it's going to do much. Alright, so I'm going to do the finishing touches off camera. I'll be right back to show you the completed look with Eyes of the Dragon. Okay guys, so here is the completed look with Eyes of the Dragon. For the lower waterline, I went in with an e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick. This one is in the shade Groovy. I love this color combination. My lash broke as I was taking it out of the little container. It totally disintegrated. So yeah, I have kind of like a half lash on over here, a full lash over here. I won't be using either or in the next video, or not the next video, but the next two looks. But you know, these palettes are performing really well for like the $5, $6, $7 that they retail for, you know, regular price minus any discounts. I think they really pack a punch. So let me remove these looks. I'll be right back, and we'll start creating the final two looks. These are the next two palettes that we're going to be working with. All right, so I did change lippies. I put the liquid lipstick on. This one is in the shade, what did we say it was? Blood Stained. I think it is so pretty. I didn't know it was going to be a glossy one. I thought it was going to be more of a matte, but I'm loving it. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's work with this one next. This one is called Pick Your Poison, and let me go ahead and show you some swatches. So here are the swatches of the palette. We have a matte red, a matte black, a matte cream shadow over here. There's a couple. This one's a matte as well. This one is a matte as well. Why isn't the camera focusing? There. Okay, so let's start creating. I think this is more of like a typical fall color story, like a neutral fall color story palette. So this might be your fall palette for 2023. It definitely is at an affordable price point. And let's see what kind of fall look we can come up with. I'm loving this yellow mustard shade, so I definitely think I want to start with that one. Using that shade on a BK Beauty 212 brush. Okay, why is this shimmer? Is it a shimmer? Gosh, it looked matte. So I think I just put a shimmer in the crease. Oh well. I think it still looks good. I think I can work with it that way. All right, now in a ref for 14, I'm gonna go down to this shade right here. This definitely looks like a matte. It better be a matte. I think they're all blending together. I'm going in with the first brush, no additional product. I think they're all blending together really nicely. I mean, there's definitely pigmentation. Now on a Game Beauty E07, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I'm going to put that right out here. Now I'm going to add a little bit of this off-white to the brow bone, taking that on a BK 209. Now I'm going to do this orange shade all over the lid, and I'm going to take that on a damp Morphe M124. That is so beautiful. Wow. Way to go, Wet n Wild. I'm going to take a little bit of this shade right here on my finger. Just apply. Felt a little bit of fallout. Just to give it that added sparkle. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with this brown shade. Taking that on a What's Up Beauty R107. Now for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I'm taking that shade on a damp BH Cosmetics pencil brush. Definitely fall vibes. I am going to take care of the finishing touches off camera, and I'll be right back to show you this completed look with Pick Your Poison. Okay guys, so here is the completed look with the Pick Your Poison palette. I love it. Quintessential fall look. I changed into these lashes. The Eylure Luxe Silk Lashes. They're kind of like a half lash. And then Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Liquid Liner for the top lash line. Same mascara. And then I used this one from Revlon in the lower waterline. This is their Color Stay Eyeliner, and it's in the shade Black. Love the way it turned out. We have one more palette to use, kind of like a rainbow color palette. This one is called Boogie Nights. Let's get started. Okay, so for Boogie Nights, we can definitely have fun with this one. I think I am going to start with the yellow in the inner corner, and then we'll see where it goes from there. And I'm taking the shade on a Game Beauty E03. You know what I think would have been a good idea, I just thought of it right now, but laying down a white base. The eyeshadow primer I have on is more of like a clear, but if you have like one of those white e.l.f. makes them or Moira makes them shadow bases, I think these will really make these fun colors pop some more. Now I'm going to go in with this purple shade, and I'm going to take that on a BK211. Now I'm going to go in with this blue shade, and I'm going to take that on a BK Beauty 209. I'm going to put it right in here. Maybe I'll do like an all matte look here on the lid. Ooh, that's fun. I'm taking a little bit of the pink that's in this palette on the BK211. Just placing it right up here. I'm going to go back in with the purple that I used out here. Oh yeah, that's fun. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Let's move down to the lower lash line, and I think I'm going to do a combination of the red and orange. I'll start with the orange first, and then I'll work my way into the red. The red I'll use to kind of like tight line. I'm going to use a BK A504. Now I'm going in with the red. Now we have a couple shimmers here. This one and this one as well, but I think I'm gonna do the gold for the inner corner. I'm using a damp Rephr 03. Ooh, that packs a punch. Okay guys, I'm gonna take care of the finishing touches off camera, and I'll be right back to show you this completed look with Boogie Nights. Okay guys, so here's the completed look with Boogie Nights. I love the all matte rainbow eye. I think that looks so cool. And then that beautiful gold in the inner corner. This palette, all of these palettes performed really well. Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Liquid Liner on the top lash line, same Eylure lash. For the lower waterline, a ColourPop cream gel liner in the shade Cherry Pie. I don't know if this one is still available, but the drugstore also has some cool red eyeliners in case you are interested. I've used everything minus the sponges. I didn't want to use the sponges. I didn't want to get them dirty, show them to you dirty or anything. But I used everything that I picked up in this new Wet n Wild Fantasy Makers 2023 collection. And now it's time for me to share with you all my final thoughts. And I'm going to rank the 4 palettes as well. All right, guys. So I just realized that Wet n Wild last year had sent me their Fantasy Makers collection. I never got a chance to use it or film with it, and now I kind of wish I had checked my stash before I went out and bought anything, because out of the 4 palettes that they sent me last year, 3 of them were the ones I used in today's video. So that's a little disappointing. So the palettes that came out last year were Boogie Nights, which is the one I have on over here. And then another one that came out last year was Pick Your Poison, which is the one I have on over here on the right eye. And then the very first palette I used in the video, which was Hollow Queen, that was also released last year. What didn't come out this year, but what was available last year, and I think this is the only one that I got to use, was this one right here. This one is Mummy of the Year. So this one was not re-released. Instead, they released Eyes of the Dragon. So these other 3 came out last year, and so if you missed them last year, they're back again for round 2. If I had to rank them for you, I think Boogie Nights, I would give it to in the first spot. Number 2, I would give it to Hollow Queen. Even though there's only 1 matte shade, if you buy a couple of these palettes, you can always pull in your other shades and use them that way. Pick Your Poison, I thought, is the more traditional fall color story. A very nice neutral palette. And then, of course, Eyes of the Dragon. But, you know, quality, workability, pigmentation, blendability, I mean, I thought that all of them were pretty on point. I thought that they were like solid palettes. Also released in this year's collection, I didn't pick it up because I knew I had these already. I totally forgot I had those other palettes. But these right here, you will see them in store at your local CVS or online as well. The blush, I told you, this has been released several times already. It's not my favorite. I would skip on it unless you've never tried it. I think the cutest thing in the entire collection is the little ghost makeup sponge, and then you have a larger makeup sponge. I love Wet n Wild makeup sponges. I think they've always done a good job. A little disappointed that mine is not glowing in the dark. Let me know if you pick this up and if it glows in the dark, what take a picture of it if you can, tag me, because mine is just not glowing. The lipstick I am ending this video with is this one. It is their Mega Last Liquid Catsuit High Shine Liquid Lipstick. This one is in the shade Bloodstained. I like this formula. It's a very comfortable formula, long wearing formula. Always enjoy Wet n Wild lip products. And then finally, the lipstick that I started here it is over here. The lipstick that I started the video with is this one. And this is more of like a blue toned red, and a blue toned red lipstick will help your teeth look whiter. This one is in the shade Pink Crimes, and I did pair it with an Essence lip liner. I'll put that in the description box. But these Wet n Wild lipsticks, this is a matte one, they're very, very affordable at like $3 to $5 each. Overall, guys, I think it's a cute collection. I wish they wouldn't be so redundant. I wish they would release like new things every year. So yeah, that's on me for not checking my stash and realizing that I had those palettes, but since I never got around to filming with them, I didn't think I had them. I didn't think they were the same, but yeah, apparently they're the same. Let me know your thoughts now, guys. Did you pick up any of those palettes last year, or are you going to be picking them up this year? I'm here to tell you the palettes perform really well. No issues there. And I think overall, you know, for cheap Halloween makeup, you know, you're only going to use it a handful of times in this season. I think you can't go wrong with it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water, and I'm going to see you all very soon. Bye.